Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alfany. So we're going to begin here with this document today. It's from the Bank of International Settlements and it's titled BIS International Banking Statistics and Global Liquidity Indicators at the end of September 2022. It was released January the 30th, 2023. Get a load of this, right? We're constantly talking about trillions of dollars when we're talking about these bank coins. It says key takeaways. First bullet point. Banks' cross-border claims, which comprise mainly loans, debt securities, derivatives, all things that will be tokenized in the future. It will be moving across chain some way. It says, with a positive market value, increased by $1.1 trillion. 1.1 trillion. Constantly, we're talking about trillions when it comes to B2B, right? We're talking trillions, P2P, person to person, business to business, business, B2P, B2C, business to person, business to customer, however you want to put it. Real estate, the medical industry, gaming, music. How much more do we have to do? Right? Still, people want you to believe it's going to be a low price. I mean, you can believe whatever you want. I personally just disagree with that. I think that the prices are definitely going to raise, right? 1.1 trillion, that's just in Q3. What if we take a little piece of that? What if we're moving a little piece of that? I always say this because it conveys a certain point, a certain energy. It says raising the year-on-year growth rate to 10%. They're growing even in this harsh reality, even in this harsh economic circumstance. And globally, things have been quite harsh. So when you have healthy amounts of capital or healthy businesses, and usually this is pushed by the bigger banks, but when you have companies working with successful companies that even thrive through harsh economic circumstances, you know you have a winner on your hands. And who's working with the banks? Who has the most solid use cases in all of crypto? Ripple, Stellar, the bank coins, Ripple, Stellar, Hedera. You know, I'm not worried about these little raises in price and such. Like, that doesn't do anything for me. When the banks step in and the prices really go up, that's what matters to me. At the beginning of this year, beginning of January, also the tail end of December last year, we were covering a lot of banks that were getting involved with Hedera. That's what makes me excited. Don't get me wrong. Dell joining Hedera and the governing council, that's good too. Very good. Google, Boeing, FIS. Anybody associated with banks like FIS, SIA, that gets me excited when we're talking about price and potential price action for the future. I'm looking for the big price action primarily. That's primarily where I'm at. The bank money. I have to stay focused on that bank money. All right. I can get retail money anywhere else if I wanted that. The bank coins don't operate like that. I can get that from the stock market. I could play in some of these other crypto, although they're about to get crushed. Regular crypto, already the dog is on their neck. You see what the SEC is doing? They're just getting started. And they're pissed off because of the LBC hearing, the LBRY hearing. They're pissed off because of that. I told people they were going to want revenge. They're vengeful people. They're also pissed off because of what Ripple is doing. You saw how they folded Kraken? Kraken folded like a wet paper. And a lot of other companies folded also. They paid up the money. So guess what? That emboldens the SEC. The SEC is going to come after all of these little companies. If Kraken folded, imagine how many others. So the SEC is going to continue to bark. But you know who's not going down, who's not going to get squashed, who's not going to get crushed? Ripple, Stellar, Hedera, Algorand, who are already working with central banks already. There's nothing these little agencies really can do but slow it down a little bit. That's all they can do. They can't stop anything. They can slow it down just a little bit. That's it. That's it. Algorand's already working with the Central Bank of Italy. It's already good to go. It's just a matter of time. That's it. Tick tock, tick tock. That's it. Ripple has hundreds of banks. They don't even need United States. We just want to take the United States because that's a good amount of capital. The rest of the world, but just running off the rest of the world, XRP would take off. And the rest of the world is behaving very logically, like they see the light at the end of the tunnel. They're ready to capitalize. You see how they're setting up? Even their monetary policy has only taken them about a year, and they're already starting to roll out certain, and it seemed pretty logical, portions of their regulatory structure for crypto. Sorry about that. That's a monetary policy, same thing. But their regulatory structures for crypto. We did that in the last video. If you didn't see the last video, it was pretty good. But we heard Brad Garlinghouse talking about that. I agree. We have followed that on the channel, have we not? We try to stay up to date with Australia. That's a little bit difficult. We've staying up to date on Europe, all these different places, China, all these different places. Now you have certain former political officials within the Chinese government calling back to China saying, hey, listen, we need to use these cryptos. When they say crypto, they're not talking about dog Elon Mars, mama Inu coin. They're not talking about that. They're talking about the bank coins. They're talking about the ones with utility. That means big money is coming. People are playing games. They want to play games and get emotional. That emotion means nothing. I hate to tell you about that. All that emotion, I'm angry, I'm sad, I want to yell at somebody, scream. All that does is make you a fool. That's it. That doesn't make you any money, doesn't make me any money. So don't move me this way or that. I have to stay focused on that bank money. There's going to be a lot of capital flowing through these things potentially. I'm keeping my eye on the prize. I don't get bored when I'm thinking about that generational wealth. Some people do. They have a cat's eye. You ever watch a cat? They're looking at everything in the room, just distracted, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. Cats have good reaction time, but most people do not. Most people do not, right? So I have to stay focused on that 1.1 trillion. Then they have the nerve to say this, right? Of this total, the change in cross-border credit defined as loans and holdings of debt securities was only $169 billion. They said that like that's a small amount. That's a whole lot of money. I'll take that, put that on the month, put that right here. I'll take that. Let's move that value. Whatever they want, we can move. We've been dominating in every single sector. Tell me who's doing better than us. For all the trash talkers out there, who's doing better than us? Just in the bank coins alone, just take the bank coins, right? We're dominating in music, gaming, medical industry. We have real companies, real use cases. Gaming, medical industry, real estate, payroll, banks, both central, public, private, governmental entities. Who's doing more than us? No disrespect, but it ain't Cardano. No disrespect. So, I mean, everything's looking tremendously good. You have to stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. You're out there in the world. You're building your business. Stay focused and dominate and build your business. You need to be uploading more products. You need to be closing more deals. You need to be sending out more emails. You think we got time to waste? Man, you better get on that job and get that money. What's wrong with you? Get that money. You're selling NFTs. We got more art to do, baby. We have more art to make. I don't know how you do it, whether you're doing it by hand. I love that. That's you cut from my cloth. You're doing it by hand or you're painting or something like that. But hey, some people are generating things on the internet. Do that. Go get that money. You don't have time to be wasting all of this bumping up the gums while there's money on the table, man. You better go get that money. I don't care if you have $1 million. Better get it to 2 million. I don't care if you had 7. Oh, that's cute. 7 million. That's cute. Get it to 14 million. What are you doing? Get on the job. There's money on the table. I don't know about you, but I have to get that money. Stay focused. Keep your mind clean and clear. Don't be distracted about what? That other stuff out there, all those distractions get you nowhere. And I'll tell you what, because I know a lot of people say, well, Alpha Neem, money isn't everything. I'm not saying it's a tool. We need that tool to open the door. Where does the door lead to? I'll tell you where I believe it leads to more peace. More peace. That's what it leads to. The opportunity for more wisdom. That's what it leads to. The opportunity to build in the world the way that we want it to be, not the hell that it is now. The world is on fire. That opportunity, that key, that tool that money is could open the door so we could put the fire out if we wanted to. Probably a lot of people don't want to. They comfortable in the hell flame. That's okay. But I'm saying it opens up the lane for these different things. Sometimes just peace of mind, like I said, by yourself, having a nice place by yourself. You don't need anything. To some people, the opportunity is the Lambos and houses and such. But what is it, man? I mean, what does it profit a person to gain the whole world, lose your own soul? So I'm not worried about the superficialities, but I understand the opportunities that it can bring. So we got to get to that money, or else there is no opportunity. So now you don't even have that key to enter that magical doorway, that doorway to a higher level, To make changes, if you wanted to make a change, you need to have the weaponry to make the change. People don't have the weaponry. Sometimes when you get that weaponry, it'll give you heart. Sometimes give you the courage to say, I want to fight. You'd be surprised what a pauper will do when you hand a pauper a sword and you make him a knight. He was nothing before. She was nothing before. But you come there, you say, because when you do the knight's oath, you got to give him the slap. I will uphold these righteous deeds. I will be an honorable person. I will protect the innocent. And boom, that's so you don't forget. That's how they used to do. We give them that slap so they don't forget the oath to goodness. And then you hand them the sword. You'd be surprised. Now rise at night, and they rise up and they're ready to fight. Sometimes you need the tools to fight the battle. Well, I'm telling you, to get to that money is to get to the future. To get to that money is to get to something greater. Don't you want to be greater? Over here bumping out, everybody bumping their gums with these people. They comfortable. Comfort equals you're not getting anywhere. You're losing. I want to be uncomfortable. I'm in the fight. This ain't going to be easy. You know how many of these entities come against us every day? You think they want the people over here talking about banks? No, I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on going forward. Keep pushing until there's no more left to push. Until there's no more air in my lungs, I'm getting through the money. I'm going to stay on top of these catalysts. Come hell, a high water, victory or loss, it don't make a difference. I'm coming into eternity. I'm not waiting for it to come to me. I'm coming into eternity. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm trampling everything in my sight. So I don't feel for anything that gets in my way. I'm trampling it. You got goals out there. You got, listen, people let the world become hell. They let it become hell because they were weak and soft. Then got the nerve to cry later. We ain't lift a finger to build nothing. You ain't saved nobody. Run into the burning building, metaphorically speaking, to pull people out. I've been in the burning building with the youth, with the elders, building places people never wanted to go. That's what generational wealth can do. It can help build. It can help change. It can at least give the opportunity. If the people want the opportunity. It's easy for everybody to give up. Oh, the world is just bad. People are just bad. They already won. The powers are immortal, ever powerful, all powerful beings that we could never defeat. No, they're not. They're ladies and men who put on their pants one leg at a time and then get their necks like everybody else. They'll get like everybody else. They're nothing. Don't ever in your mind build your enemy up. Ever. Don't give them anything. Nothing. In my mind, I spit on the enemy. In the BIS global liquidity indicators, dollar credit to non-banks and EMDEs fell sharply, whereas, Alphanine, calm down. Who's telling me to calm down? Who's telling me calm down? Because in order for me to listen to that individual, that individual have to have some measure of control over me, and I don't promote slavery or bondage. You think in the face of the enemy you could be peaceful? You think in the face of the enemy just because you let them slap the left side of your face, they ain't gonna come with a knife and cut the right side of your face? You think in the face of the enemy you could have all them peace talks? Since when? Don't get me wrong, but whether you like it or not, the barbarians will come into your town. But you can talk all that peace that you want. But in history, the barbarians will come into your town and they're going to do what they do, right? Whether you're peaceful or not. And guess what? When the barbarians come into town, the peaceful people don't do a thing. The warriors have to step forward and defend and fight. And guess what they use? Force to meet force. Force to meet force. You need a few fiery individuals. You need a few warriors. This has always been known, but the people have been brainwashed. Must be peaceful at all times. while everything's burning around them, while their people are getting destroyed mentally, heck, some getting destroyed physically, and peaceful at all times. Not here. You can say what you want, feel what you want, doesn't mean a thing, because I understand to control my own mind. I understand to master myself. I put these passions out. I do things in a measured way. But I know when to ignite the fires. I know when to use the waters too. All these etheric elements reside within us. The fire, the water, the earth, and the wind. All the elements are all is in us. You have to know how to use them. The most people don't even know how to use themselves. Learn how to use the water to cool off. Relax, flow. Look how we talk. It's not just the other side. We are these things. The structures, the energies. The energy of the water, H2O, it's just all energy. It's just humans put these words, they understand things through categorization. That's all. Remove all the superficial names and nomenclatures, all that nonsense. It's just an ocean of energy. And they all have a different vibration, so to speak, is what they do. Vibrate and oscillate. And when they come together, they form things in a certain way. Etheric elements. That is what our structures are. Learn how to tap into it. I tap into the fire at will. The air is often associated with the mind. I tap into the mind at will. All of them have their uses. One would be unwise to not use the tools that are at hand. And there's always an opposite, which means there's always an enemy. Always. Whether you like it or not, whether you see them coming or not. It's just a matter of how much you want to play in the world. Now, see, some are on the level where they don't have to worry about that. They don't concern themselves with that, but they would give up everything. I mean, everything. They would sacrifice everything. I think that's quite foolish. No, others would like to take a stand. Why not? Action is everything. Even when you don't take action is action. You realize that? When you don't take action, your inaction is action. It's still going to give rise to effects. You might as well make it effective. I'm not going to do anything. They're too strong. They're too powerful. We can't win. Man, shut up and get to the back. Shut up and get to the back. Get out of the way. Spartans, what's our profession? Who? And we go forward. Everybody can stay in the back. I'll be in the front. I'll be at the front. And I'll pay whatever price I have to pay. To speak the truth, to be free, to understand what generational wealth and riches really mean, power, to change things. Some people never going to get it. You think that you can enjoy generational wealth in hell? I ain't talking about like, I mean like the world in this detrimental state. That's what I mean when I say hell. It's expedient to use such a term. I don't mean it in any other way. But the people think you can enjoy your generational wealth when they're trying to squeeze the people out of the top spot, stomp them down, torture them. You can't control what you see, what you think, what you feel, where you go. They're trying to control every damn thing. You don't see that? Where can you run? Why would you run? I'm sorry, I'm not a runner. I'm not. No disrespect. No disrespect. I don't expect anybody to do what I'm doing, say what I'm saying. I'm going out on my shield if it comes to it. Simple as that. They're going to have to bring me home on my shield. Simple as that. No one's going to command me. No one's going to control me. I'm well controlled. Trust me, after this, I'm going to do some meditation. Like I said, I access the fire at will and put the fire away at will. Run where? Where? When their dark reach covers the entirety of the globe. Globalist system, you ever? They got an army of ignorant, savage barbarians. This is what a lot of the people have become. They're willing to yell at, scream at, fight everybody, their family members and such. We got to counter that. That's a battle. So then we have to raise our families, our people, show our people love and raise them to be honorable, level-headed, understanding, even in the face of the ignorance. You don't absorb the ignorance because the ignorance moves like a demonic parasite and it attaches itself to you. A lot of people got those ignorant demons attached to them. Those ignorant energies, those negative energies. One person come at them and say something. Your shoes are trash. My shoes are trash. Ah! The rest of the day they're raging. You don't even know this person. Why does their word mean anything? It shouldn't. It should mean less than nothing. All right. A person feel like that. All right. I'm on to the next thing. Like, I don't know. Why should I feel anything? Like, you don't have a prominent position in my life. I don't know you. You got to let that roll off. But that's something that has to be taught. How to transform energies. Mental transformation has to be taught. That's another weapon. Mental transmutation. Take that energy and we change it. I'm in control. You're not in control of me because you want to say something. Why should I let you provoke any feeling in me? No, I'm going to take that, change it. Hey, peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be upon you. I'm moving on. Simple as that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to work on some business. I'm going to get to the money. I'm going to put out some more products, put out some more images, maybe work on a few videos. Success, this is much deeper than what people are putting on it. This is spiritual warfare. That's what crypto is. It's just a part of it. It's a part of it. Spiritual warfare. People been used and abused for so long. For a long time. Isn't it time for the pain to end? Isn't it? Do you don't feel like that? Like it's time for the pain to end? You don't feel that inside yourself? Something been calling you, telling you, hey, I don't know what we're supposed to do or what we're waiting on, but it's time to do something. It doesn't always have to be something big. Little things like, let's improve every day. Let's improve our health. Let's improve our mental status, like the control of our mind. Let's know ourselves a little bit better, observe ourselves. And through those observations, let's make improvements. Something's calling out to you. You never feel that something calling out to you, just telling you like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but something's not right in the world. Something's not. I don't know what it is. It's coming from in here. It wraps itself around you. It says, hey, protect yourself at all times. Let's not be like that. We want to be better. Haven't you seen maybe you haven't. You let me know. Have you not seen the flood of people that are saying to themselves, I want to do a little bit better. They don't know what to do. They just know they want to do better. They want to be better. Something's happening. There's a change happening on earth. Wheat from the tares too. Because some people are getting worse. That's their destiny. This is what they've chosen for themselves. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves. Right? But I've witnessed it. I've seen it. There's a change happening in the air. They fear that. The squashing of crypto is meant to, it's a weak attack on those who could make change. Because remember when they did that poll? Remember they did that poll and they said, XRP holders are the most intelligent crypto holders. Something like that, right? Really, when they say that, they're really talking about all the Bankcoin holders, really. Because XRP holders, we tend to hold other things as well. We might hold a little Hedera, hold a little XLM. So then we spread across. So that means all the Bankcoin holders. What they were saying really is that's a special group right there. Why did they? Come on now. You think they just honed in on the XRP holders like that by mistake? Nothing happens by mistake. Chance is but cause and effect unrecognized. You don't see what's going on here? How they're monitoring the minds, monitoring the energies, then they act to try to control it. Only they can control it. They can slow it down. They can't stop it. The polarities, the ages are about to flip. It wants to. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't proclaim to know what's going to happen, but I see what's happening. The potential for the poles to flip from the negative to the positive. That wouldn't be without its chaos. But what is chaos but a shifting about of things, and an attempt of reorganization, because things always seem to organize in some way, some form. Things seem to always organize. But first there's chaos. But like I said, that's just a lack of understanding in how things are shifting and the causes giving rise to the effects that are causing these things to shift about in what seems to be a very unfathomable way until everything settles down. And it's not about it making sense once everything settles down. It just has to be accepted. But humanity is accepting of many things. We've seen this, bad and good. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. They know where the people are, the people that can make change. Sorry about that. I was about to sneeze. They know where the people that can make change or are congregating. You had to slow it down. You can't have that money too fast. We got to rule a little bit longer. A little bit longer. We need to rule over you. But while we're doing it, they're trying to make sure that we can't pull away the minds of the people that are under their charge, right? Because wisdom is powerful. Can't have them paying attention to any wisdom, can they? No, they can't. No, they can't. So they keep them distracted with drama. Isn't that right? I told you before, right? And yet the people continue to dip their toe into poison. It is what it is. They can do what they want. I'm only speaking for myself, but I'm telling you what I see. They ramped up the negativities in all the movies over the last 2 years. They ramped up the negativity. They ramped up. The people wanted to be free. The people were starting to make a little rumblings, like they wanted to go against the powers. And he said, no. Listen to what this celebrity said. Run that through the news. Yeah. Look at what's happening in sports. Run that through the news, right? Drama. Then the politicians come on TV. Oh, hate the other side. Oh. And the people go right behind that. And their minds are trapped in that cage again. Yes, this politician is right. That politician is wrong. They're all on the same side. They're all negative. They're all ignorant. They're all trapping you. You're trapping yourself, really. You're really doing it to yourself. The people are doing it to themselves. I don't mean you're doing it to yourself. I mean the people are doing it to themselves. It's all a setup. You are not meant to be led by others. Learn from wise teachers, sure. But even they would not proclaim to be leaders because they are wise and they exist in humility. And you would grow from understanding of that wisdom and continue to walk your own path. You are leading yourself. Or if you will, if you feel like this is expedient to you, then maybe a higher power you can believe is leading you. But nonetheless, no human should be leading you. Very dangerous game. Humans are flawed. They make mistakes. They will not take accountability for what has been done to you. You will have to live with what you have done. And so they use that strategically, willfully. They lead the people astray, understanding that those who follow may have been doomed from the start. And only a few free themselves from that followership, from that worship. Only a few free themselves from that. This stuff gets deep, very deep. So the rest of, the rest of the world is looking at the West. West has had an iron grip on leadership for a long time. So that's why now, and they're not all on one accord. I know people like to say that they're all on the same team. No, they're not. Nothing in life is absolute. It doesn't work that way. Although that sounds good. And when you want to rage and, they're all bad. They all could be bad, but they're not all on the same side. They're hoping for the other's downfall. They all want power. Power doesn't trust itself. Power doesn't trust power. Power will stab power in the back. If all these entities are downward minded, right, as people believe in such like that, why would they have loyalty to each other? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So a lot of other countries in the world are hoping that the United States falls. They've been helping the United States to fall. And the people in the United States, many of them, are allowing it to fall. You're not going to have a thriving country where one half hates the other, and it's that way on multiple levels. Multiple levels. You don't have a thriving country. How are you going to work together? How? How are you going to build better companies? How are you going to live properly without looking over your shoulder every day because your neighbor might want to, get you? There's no morals, no honor. You go to work, you worried about what's going on, Come on. Listen. Spiritual warfare. You have to discipline yourself. Control your mind. Control your energies. Understand you have control over nothing else. Give rise to good causes that give rise to good effects. And you will see that will do well for you. All of this here, it's but a doorway. I'm looking at doorways here. That's a doorway. Algorand's a doorway, a possible doorway. XLM is a possible doorway. XRP is a possible. We're talking about doorways here to where we're hoping to somewhere better, something better. It's not just on an individual basis. Because like I said, once again, what's the point of having angels' wings in hell? You get what I'm saying? So not everyone's going to think that way. Not everyone is going to want to implement anything on a mass scale. You don't have to. You can just, a person does well just trying to change themselves, making themselves better every day. But I'm telling you, not everyone thinks that way. And there's a lot of beings out there that were making movements to change everything. They were doing a lot of good work, and they had to stop because that crypto money stopped because crypto is getting squashed and they can't move forward with those particular plans. Not to the degree and to the scalability, folks, to the scale that it would take to change the world. No. So that's what a lot of this is about. That's what it's about. Why do you think they're so fiery against it? You think this is all about money? With all the corruption that's out there, you think this is just about money? It's not just about money. The end of an age is coming. You're witnessing and feeling the birth pangs. Something big is on the way. Major, massive. I don't know what. I just know. I feel it. I see it in the people. The people can't go on to be unhappy like they are. I see them out here. They're frustrated, honking the horn more at each other, doing things to each other. I've seen it. Paranoid. They barely want to associate with each other. Very antisocial. I get it, but I'm talking about on a mass scale. No respect for each other. And I listen, and I speak from, I've seen it in both sides, from the bottom to the top. I'll just put it that way. So don't think that the good neighborhoods are like off limits. No, they're not. All the people across the board are undergoing something similar. There's an upheaval in the minds, upheaval in the hearts that's happening. Polarities are beginning to flip, so the chaos is starting to get ramped up a bit. Who's to know what is to come? I just know I see something coming, a massive change. This new financial system is just one facet of it, a minor facet of it. You even see the changes happening in the world, right? Change is happening within the people and it's happening within the world, the earth at the same time. That doesn't surprise me. All the things that comprise the human body come from the earth. All the elements are in the body, the earth, the soil, the water, the fire, the wind, right? All of that is present. So when those things change and those basic energies are the basic energy structures of the human body, it makes sense to me. They all change at the same time. Pay attention. See the signs. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.